Good morning everyone. Let's start today from exercise 1.3. Before that we have completed some relative sums of exercise 1.3. Now let us start exercise 1.3. Here is your first question that write in a decimal form. Okay. If you multiply something, then what happens? You have to go right hand side with decimal point. Here we have to go left side. Okay, so clear. Thereafter, your second one. Second is 1 divided by 11. Now here we don't know how to get the answer directly. But what can we do? Next we have to do division. 1 divided by 11. But here 1 is a small number, so that's why we put here 0 and here decimal point. But again 10 is smaller than 11, so that's why we again put 0. That is not necessary to put decimal point here, but we have to write 0 here. Then we know that 11 9s are 99. So again 1, again 0 down. Again we have to write one more 0. We write here 0. 11 9s are 99. We get 1. So this process will be continued after these numbers. Why? Because again and again we get the remainder 1. Clear? So now see, here how many numbers are repeated? Here we know that two numbers are repeated, 0 and 9. So that's why we have write this number in the form of 0.09 bar. Okay? Clear? Now see, this is the terminating number. Why? Because it is stopped after decimal point. Okay? So here it is a terminating number. Terminating. And this one is a non-terminating. Why? Because it is not stopped after the decimal point. So that's why it is non-terminating, but recurring. Recurring means it is going to be repeat again and again after the decimal. So that's why it is written here that 0.09 bar is terminating, non-terminating, recurring. Clear? Then next, third one is 4 integer 1 upon 8. Next one is your 4 integer 1 upon 8. Now see, it is in the mixed fraction. We have to convert it in the simple fraction. Now see, how can we convert it? First we have to multiply with the denominator, then this number. So 8 for the 32. 32 plus 1. That means you have to multiply this both number. Answer will be added in above number numerator. Okay. So 8 for the 32 plus 1, 33 divided by 8. Now we don't know direct answer of that 33 divided by 8. So we do the division. 33 divided by 8. Now we know that 8 for the 32. So answer will be 1. Again put 0 here. So we have to do decimal point. Then 8 1 ja 8. Answer will be 2. Put 0. 8 2 ja 16. Answer will be 4 0. 8 5 ja 40. Answer will be 0 0. Now see here, remainder will be 0 0. So that's why this type of number will be 4.125 is terminating number. So you have to write here that terminating. Clear? Then next, fourth one. That 3 divided by 13. Now we again don't know how to do this one. So divide by 13. Here put 0, put decimal point. 13 1 ja 13 sorry, we take here 13 2 ja 26. Clear? So 13 2 ja 26. Here we get 4 0. 13 3 ja 39. 1 0. We have to put 0 here. 0 down. Then again do the multiplication. 13 8 ja maybe we have to check it. 9. Then 13 7 ja 13 7 ja 3 7 ja 21 2 9. 13 7 ja 91, so that's why it is 9 here. Again we see that 13 7 ja not possible, so 13 5 ja 85. Again here fine. So see here, you can see this sum that it is not in the repeated sequence. It is not in repeated sequence. See here 7 5, then after you can write here 0. 13 3 ja 39. Again you get here 11. Put 0. So this process is continued to after to the decimal point. So that's why we say that this type of number is called as a 753 ... So this is non-terminating, non-recurring. Non-terminating means it is not stopped after decimal point, and non-recurring means it is not repeated, not repeated after the decimal point. Here 3 is repeated but not in a sequence, so that's why we not say that it is a recurring. It is non-recurring. Clear? Now next one, question number 2. Here given that 1/7, the answer will be 0.142857 is in repeated sequence. Now we have to find out without the division of 2/7, 3/7 and so on. So your question number 2 is, written here that 1/7 is equal to 0.142857. Then find out 2/7, 3/7, 4/7, 5/7 and 6/7 without division. We do not have to do the division right over here. Now we know that. How can we write 2 divided by 7? We know that it is written like this way. Okay, so that's why we know that 1/7 is equal to this one. So that's why we multiply this number by 2 only. So this 142857. Now we have to multiply this number. 142857 multiply 2 4 1 1 1 17 1 5 8 2. So your answer will be point. Answer of this question is 0.285714. Again next, for 3/7 you have to multiply 3 multiply 1/7. So again answer will be 3 multiply. Again you have to take this one, not this one. Clear? So this is 0.142857. Multiply this number. What will be your answer? 0.142857 multiply 3. Now here we know that 7 3 are 21, 1 2 carry, 5 3 are 15, 17, 1 carry, 8 3 are 24, 25, 2 3 2 are 6, 7 8, 4 3 are 12, 2 1 carry, 3 or 4. 0.428571. 0.428571 is your answer. So in this way you have to go further on for the 4/7. You know that it is 4 multiply 1/7. So again you have to multiply 4.0142857. Answer you have to find this answer. then 5 upon 7, it is 5 multiply 1 upon 7, same here, 6 upon 7, here you can multiply 6, 1 upon 7, here again you have to get answer like this way, okay. So this is without division, we can get answer without division right over here. Now clear it is. First it is given that 1 upon 7 is equal to 0.142857 mark. So what we do for the, we write this in the 2 upon 7 where 2 multiplied 1 upon 7 is written right over here. Then after you have to multiply 2 multiply this answer, so that's why answer will be 0.285714. Okay, clear? Then same way you have to go further on. Now next question number 3. We have to write in the P upon Q form. Next is your P upon Q form. Here the question will be given of a decimal number. We have to convert in P upon Q form. So question number 3, your first one. 0.6 bar. Okay, now you have to check it. 0.6 bar. We have to write it x is equal to 0.666. This is in the repeated sequence. Now why? Because 6 bar is given here. Only one number is repeated, so we write like this way. Now only one number is repeated, so we have to multiply by 10. If two number is repeated, then multiply by 100. Clear? Now see, we multiply this by 10, so answer will be like this way. Okay. Here you can write also 666. Clear? So that's why. Now next, we know that if we do the addition of two rational number, answer will be again rational number. Here we can see that I write here 0.06666. Okay. Now again do the addition of this both, then again I will get this answer. Okay, clear? Now 10x, I know that this is the value of x, so that's why I will be put here x. Then 10x, here x, both term are same, so that's why we have to take in one side. Here it is plus, it is coming in the left side, then it is going to be minus. Why? Because when any number come in the opposite direction, the sign will be changed. Suppose here it is minus, then it will be plus, then minus, multiply, then divide, then multiply. Clear? Now see, it is 6, here 10x minus x, it is 9x, divided by 6, then x is equal to, here it is in multiply, we already see that 9 is going to be right hand side, so it is 6 divided by 9. Now x is equal to, here 3 2 ja 6, here 3 3 ja 9, so here we write 2 and here 3. So answer will be 2 divided by 3. This is your answer. Clear? Now again we do next one. 0.001. Also I will be taking here 0.003. See here, it is not from in your exercise. I will be take randomly. Clear? It is the same like your short number question. Then here you have to take 0.003. Here 3 numbers are repeated, so I will write here 003 again 003 and so on. Now see here 3 numbers are repeated, so I will be multiplied by 1000x. Sorry, it is 1000x, not 100. Is equal to, here we have to go right hand side by, because we multiply by 1000, so that's why here write 3.003 and so on. Now I know that I can write the rational number in the addition of two numbers, so that's why here 3.0.003. Now I know that value of this number is x, so that's why 3 plus x. Now x is on the right side, it comes to the left side, so that's why 1000x minus x is equal to 3. So 1000x minus x, that is 999, x is equal to 3. So x is equal to, this is going to be downward, so 39999. Now In the question answer will be given this one also and one another one, which if you divide 999 by 3, then what will be the answer? 3 3 3. Okay, so both answer are correct, so don't worry about this. This is also correct answer. Is it clear? Now question number 4. In a question number 4, it is given that 0.999 then write in P upon Q form where Q does not equal to 0. Then now we have to discuss about the answer of this question, because when we write in the P upon Q form we will get answer 1. So first we have to do this one. X is equal to 0.99999 and so on. Now we know that only one number is repeated, so I have to multiply by 10x. So it is 9.99999 and so on. Now here it is 10x. I write this one in the addition of two rational numbers. So it is 9 plus 0.9999 and so on. It is your x. So I will be put here 9 plus x. We know that this is the x. Here is it is also x. 10x minus x is equal to 9. Here 10 minus x 9x, and here 9 also. Here multiply. Here given the number 9, so 9 divided by 9, answer will be 1. So x is equal to, we get the answer 1. Now we see that here it is given number of 0.99 and here we get the answer 1. How it is possible? See, suppose 999 given, then we can write that 999 divided by 1000. But here we can see that this number is going to be like this way, 1. Now let us clear that why it is 1. 0.9 bar is equal to 1. Answer is your 1. Now see here, 0.9 bar is your number like imagination number. See, imaginary number. Why? Because we actually, when we divide any number like this way, P upon Q upon, we never get this type of number 0.999. We never get. Why? Because when you divide 1 by 1, answer will be again 1. It does not equal to 0.9 bar. So that's why this is the imaginary number. We have to just think on it that it is a number. But when you do this in the form of P upon Q, where you always get the answer 1. So that's why we can write here it is an imaginary number. We cannot clear that the answer will be 1. Now we can specify that why the answer come up to 1. So 0.9999 is given right over here. Then what can we do? We have to correct up to 1 decimal. Now see, here it is 9 given. This is more than 5, so that's why you can add 1 right over here. Then what happens? 0.1 you can add. Then what happens? 9 plus 1, that is 10. Again here it is 0. You can add 1 over here. Then 9 plus 1, that is 10. So that's why answer will be 1.000. Clear? So we have to correct up to 1 decimal. So that's why, see here, I will add 0.01. Why? Because here it is 9, so that's why I will be add. This is more than 5, so I add 1, 0.01. So here it is 0, here it is 10, so it is again 0, 1, here 1, 9 plus 1 again 0, here 1.1. Clear? So that's why we can write like this way. And one another thing that suppose 0.3 bar, you can divide it by 0.3 bar, your answer is 1 upon 3, and you divide by 0.6 bar, answer will be 2 upon 3. Now we know that addition of these two rational number is your answer is 0.9 bar is equal to 0.3 bar plus 0.6 bar. Now here it is 1 upon 3 and this one is 2 upon 3. Now we add this one, 1 plus 2 upon 3, answer will be 3 upon 3, so that's why answer will be 1. So here we see that the addition of a two rational number is this one, so that's why again we do this process, answer will be 1. Now if you divide directly 0.9999 by your 1000 or so on number, so that's why you cannot get this one. Again you cannot get the P upon Q form where you will get this answer 0.999. Okay, so clear? So that's why we cannot write here that this number answer will be 1, that is P upon Q form. Clear? Now next question number 5. What is your question number 5 that divide 1 upon 7, and we have to check that how many numbers are repeated. Clear? So see here, when you divide this sum you have to do in your next page, because this division is going to be long. So that's why when you can do the division from the half page, then what happens? The half sum of this division you have to write on the back page. So it is quite difficult for you, so please do this sum on your next new page, so you can do it easily. Now here we know that 1 divided by 17, we have to do 1 divided by 17. It is not divisible, so that's why I put here 0, then I will put here point. Again it is not divisible, I put here 0 and here 0. Now I know that it is divisible by 17 5 is 85. Clear? So it is 17 5 is 85, so answer will be 15. Now again put 0. Again I know that it is 17 8 is 136. 17 8 is 136, your answer will be 40. Again put 0 here. So you have to do like this way, so that's why you can get your perfect answer. You have to move in this sequence. So again 140, then again 8 is 136, again you will get here 4. Clear? So again do put 0 here, 17 2 is 34, answer will be 0. 17 3 is 51, answer will be 9, put 0. Again 17 5 is 85, answer will be 5. Again you have to take this one, I'll be right over here, 5 0. Again 17 2 is 34, okay. So now here again you get 16 0. Again 160 will be your answer, then what can you do? Then again 9 ja 153, 17 9 ja 153, answer will be 7 0. 17 4 ja 68, 2, 0 here, 17 1 ja 17, 3, 0, 17 1 ja 17, 1 3 0, again 130 is here, then you can do 17 7 ja 119, answer will be 11. Again put 0, 110, you will write 17 6 ja 17 6 ja 102, you will get here 8, again 8 put 0, 17 3 ja, sorry 17 4 ja 68, 12 0, then again 17 7 ja 119, answer will be 1. Now you see that again the original sum is come there, 1 is right over here, 1 is again this fill, so that's why again this number will be repeated in this form, so that's why you can again put here 0, then 17 is bigger one, so that's why again you take here 0, so that's why you write 0 right over here, then again 17 5 here, and so like this way you can go further on, so that's why this number are again start repeat 2 9 4 1 1 7 6 4 and 7 and so on. Okay, so that's why the question is that how many numbers are repeated in this division 1 divided by 17, then we can say that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 numbers are repeated, then after it is start to be repeat 0 5 again it will start, so that's why here we can write the answer like this way, 0.0 this number are clear. So answer we are write that 16 numbers are repeated in 1 upon 17. Clear? Then next your question number 6 is that question number 6, P and Q have only one factor. P and Q have only one factor, which that is one factor not other than 1, not other than 1. Then what is your next question? That we have to check that it is P upon Q form, where we have write several P upon Q form number and their answer. Okay, where Q does not equal to 0, we have to write some P upon Q form number, where we have to check that what the principle are used right over here for the Q. Now see here, I will write here few numbers which is of 1 upon 2, where answer will be 0.5. See here, you have to do this with the division. I will be write here directly, so it is because of time consumption or time limit. Here 1 by 5, 0.2. Then next 1 upon 10, 0.1. Next 1 upon 4, 0.25. Then 1 upon 8, 0.125. Now 1 P upon Q form number is written. Now other one is this way, that 1 upon 3, answer will be 0.31. Then after 1 upon 7, answer will be 0.142857. Then 1 upon 6, answer will be 0.31. Sorry, 0.16. Clear? Now see here, what is your observation? Say that here the Q were taken 2, 5, 10, 4, 8. Now here we know that if you find out the factor of this 2, we know that only 2 1 are 2. Here 5 1 are 5. Here we know that 5 2 are 10. So here 5 and 2 also the factor of 10. Here 2 2 are 4. Here 2 is the factor of this one. And here 8. So 2 2 2 is your factor. Now we know that here 3 1 are 3. So there is a no factor of 2 and 5. Clear? So that's why we can say that when we divide by the number and we get only 2, 5, any of them, then answer will be terminating. Here the answer will be terminating. And here when there is a no 2 or 5 comes in the denominator, then answer will be your non-terminating. Clear? So here we say that when in denominator are 2 or 5 as a factor, as a one factor, then that division will terminating. That means it is stopped after some decimal points. Clear? Now here we can say that there is a no 2 or 5 as a factor of this one. So that's why this answer will be non-terminating. You can see here 0.333, 0.142857, 1.2857. Here it is 0.16666. So that's why this is non-terminating, this is terminating. So when in denominator are 2 or 5, we have taken 2 or 5 as a factor, then that division will terminating. Otherwise it is non-terminating. Otherwise it will be not terminating. Means non-terminating. Here you can write like this way, non-terminating also. Clear? Now see here, you have doubt that here this is a 6. We know that the factor of 6 is 2, 3 here. Clear? Now we know that 2 is come right over here. Then it will be your terminating number. But what happened? 3 is given right over here. So that's why 3 is a which type of number other than 2 or 5. So that's why we can say that it is a non-terminating. Otherwise, if here it is a 2, then we can say that it is a terminating. 4, 5, then it is terminating. But when the other than this 2 number in the denominator is come as a factor, then that number will be your non-terminating number. Clear? Then your next question, question number 7. So here we know that we have to find out any irrational number. We know that how we write irrational number. You can write here directly like this way. See, here I know that I want to write the irrational number. Then I know that root 2, root 3, root 5, root 6 are irrational number. So when question is that write 3 or 4 or 5 irrational number, you have to write like this way. Also you have to mention that in the square root never take a perfect square number. Clear? This is your question number 7. Then question number 8. Question number 8 is 5 upon 7 and 2 rational number is given 9 upon 11. Then it is said that find out 3 irrational number between these two. That type of sum we have already done. Here answer will be 5 upon 7 is equal to 0.74285, 0.714285. This is in the repeated form. Here 9 upon 11, your answer will be 0.81. Now see, here it is 71, here it is 81. There is so many number like irrational number between 71 and 81. So you have to write like this way: 72, 42, 857. This is in the repeated, not repeated sequence. Then 0.73, 42, 5, 9, so on. 0.74, so on. Clear? So this is we have to write that this is not a repeated sequence after the decimal. So these all are your irrational number. There is a not limited irrational number between two rational number. There is infinitely many irrational number between two number. Then your question number 9, that you have to identify which of your is your rational number and which is your irrational number. You have to do this one in your homework. In this is if in the square root there is a no perfect square is given, then it will be your irrational number, and if it is given that a perfect square, then it is your rational number. Then after the decimal point the number is terminating, then it is your rational. It is non-terminating, then it is irrational. Clear? Now see here, if the number is non-terminating recurring, then you can say that it is your rational number. But non-terminating, non-recurring, then that number is called as your irrational number. Clear? Now I hope everyone learn very well and everyone enjoy my class. And next we have learned about the exercise 1.4. It is about the representation of your real number on the number line of decimal form. Clear? Okay, thank you. We will meet you tomorrow.
Like, share and subscribe the channel Tropiconitrus Education and press the bell icon for more updates.